it really blows my mind how any single one of you guys can go from being a guy who might have social anxiety, maybe haven't gotten laid in the last 6 months, maybe haven't gotten laid in the last 6 years, right? To being a guy who's getting amazing results with women, living the lifestyle that everyone wants to live, okay? Having immense amount of confidence and using that confidence for all other areas of your life, whether it's friendships, whether it's business, right? Whether it's just clout chasing. That's the one thing I've been doing the last few months, just being an idiot, just posting the dumbest shit on Instagram, right? That I can think, I just sit around all day thinking like, how can I just generate more attention just for fun, dude? Like just, for me, it's like a hobby, And then like I ended up doing 300 million social media views in 3 months, right? I wrote down a goal on July 17th last year that I want to hit 100,000 Instagram followers, right? I did it in about 2 months. I started really just posting content August 3rd, right? And by September 23rd, by the end of the next month, I had 100,000 Instagram followers. I'm like, damn, it's pretty crazy. Imagine having that level of confidence where you can apply it to any area of your life and just achieve immense success. Imagine having that level of confidence where you're like, you know what? I want to get laid tonight. You wake up, you go out, you pull a baddie, right? Or you say, you know what? I want to throw the biggest party in the fucking city tonight. And you just put the moving pieces together, make it happen. That's really what the game is about. And I'll tell you this, guys. I grew up with crippling social anxiety. I grew up poor. My parents were immigrants. I had every excuse. I was short. I was skinny. It's funny. I was with Luis in Colombia in it was like June of 2022, I think. And we were just, last time I saw Luis, we were reminiscing and going through old like videos, and he pointed out how like skinny I was. Like I was a skinny little bitch, dude. I looked like a little boy, right? And it's crazy how quickly things could change. The moment I decided, you know what, I want to go put on some weight and like get bulkier, I was able to do that pretty quickly. I was like, I want to go get rich. Dude, it was really nuts. I think a big thing is also, you become the average of 5 people you're surrounding yourself with the most. That's a really big thing. I spent 6 months traveling with Luis. Luis is a multimillionaire, famous YouTuber. He's done billions of social media views, not millions, billions with a B, okay? If you guys don't know who Luis is, by the way, he's the host of T Catch a Cheater, big YouTube series, like 5 million followers, like 3 million on YouTube, 2 million on Facebook, something like that. He quit that to start a kids channel, made millions off that. He fucking retired, right? I spent 6 months with Luis. Luis was at my house. We were traveling together for a bit, came back to Toronto. I don't think it's a surprise. A few months later, I was a millionaire. Right? You become the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with the most, okay? And the reason I wanted to create this setup, this seminar today, was I realized something. Me and Michael were out the other day on Thursday night, and I was like, Michael, imagine if we had 10 guys just like us. How fucking good it would be. How I learned these skills was I was a socially anxious, awkward guy, going out, trying to chase chicks, and it was so difficult because I was doing it alone. Until I discovered something called the pickup community, which has really died down, doesn't really even exist anymore. I used to follow these different schools of thoughts of guys that want to go out and prove themselves, guys that want to go out and talk to women, and this community really has like died and slowed down, And I also realized that all these skills that I learned, cold approach pickup. If you guys don't know what cold approach is, it is the art form of being able to approach a random woman and bring her in your life, whether it's for one night or 1 year, whatever you want, or a lifetime, right? It's a beautiful fucking thing. And it is truly the highest level of self-development. In fact, I haven't discovered a higher level of self-development than learning success with women. Because think about this. It doesn't matter how rich you are, how much clout you have. If you see a fucking baddie walk in the room, there's that feeling of anxiety that you'll feel. You're like, fuck, I want to talk to that girl. Everyone's staring at her, right? And being the guy who can engage with her and bring her into your reality, you automatically have more status than every single other fucking dude. You guys understand that? So when I'm flexing these chicks on Instagram, I'm not doing it to brag that I get pussy. Because I'm at a level, I've been almost 500 women, guys. Okay? I already know I get pussy. I don't feel like I'm in the proof. I'm doing it to let other dudes know that they're inferior. Okay? But To flex on him, dude. Why? Because it leads me to so many different business opportunities. It leads me to making friends with some of the biggest influencers. How do you think I met Luis? I met Luis through Instagram. Luis, if I had a shitty Instagram when I was in LA in mid to 2019, would we have become friends? Do you think? Probably not, right? I looked at Luis's Instagram and I'm like, he looks like a douchebag, right? But it made me intrigued to want to meet him. I actually didn't know his show. One of our mutual, essentially one of my buddies, who's my barber now, but he's a big YouTuber from Toronto. He kind of quit YouTube. Plugged me to Luis because he just knew that me and Luis would get along because Luis was all about chasing, chicks. And Luis, I had no idea who he was, but he had studied game, and he studied game. He studied a lot of these, old school coaches, and he applied a lot of the psychology principles to social media, becoming a social media influencer. That's how he became world famous and made millions of dollars. That's how he created his setup, where he had girls flying from all over the world. He still has this. Girls flying from all over the world, flying out to LA to come meet him, right?
On their ticket.
On their dime, dude. It's pretty impressive. It's pretty impressive, right? And that's why me and Luis got along so well. The first day I met Luis, I was like, I don't know if we're gonna really get along. I don't really know what to expect here. And it was crazy. We had no friction. It's like we just instantly knew each other because we understood certain things that other guys don't understand. And part of why I wanted to, do this was I was talking to Michael last summer, and I was like, fuck, man. What if we had an army of guys just like us who understood the things we understand, who are at a similar level or on the way to being at that level? What would our lives look like? Dude, we'd be fucking unstoppable. We'd be unstoppable, And I mean, there's some guys here that have already done boot camp. I've seen you guys live change. Guys like Alan, Phil, David. There's some guys here that are gonna do coaching with me at some point, and you signed up for coaching, right? And so, I just think it's not enough. And what I want to do is I wanted to not just recreate the original pickup community, but I wanted to make it something that really everyone wants to achieve, creating a lifestyle community. Because maybe some of you guys, want to do yoga events or fucking hippity dippity kind of shit to get those hippie girls, Or maybe there's, someone out here who wants to do model events. We did a photo shoot with the UFT cheerleading team here. Was that last week? Right, the week before, we did I had Drake's promoter, essentially the guy that brings girls to Drake, right? I met him on a yacht. Actually how I met this guy? Everyone's hyping up this dude who works with Drake. And I'd heard his name before. And I'm like, where did I hear this guy's name before? And I realized my dad texted me about him. It turns out that my dad and his dad were friends for 15, 20 years. They go way back. And so my friend, who's she's essentially a sugar baby for celebrities. I know she hooked up with DaBaby. She used to date one of the Toronto Raptors, Pascal Siakam or something like that, right? And she was like, oh, I got to introduce you to this dude. He works with Drake. And so I walk up to him, and obviously everyone's like, yo, oh my God, you work with Drake, holy shit. And I'm like, is your dad? He's like, how the fuck do you know my dad? I'm like, dude, this is gonna sound crazy, but your dad and my dad are friends. Well, what was that? That was social circle game. That was, using the right, that's game, guys, right? And now me and this guy are boys. So he hit me up a couple weeks ago, and he's like, oh, I have Bob Marley's grandson, and he needs to shoot a music video. Can you round up some girls? And we did a video shoot, a music video for Bob Marley's grandson here in my penthouse a couple weeks ago, right? But just creating these different setups, because I'm not in the music industry. I don't give a fuck about the UFT cheerleading team, right? But the whole point is creating different environments where you're facilitating cool things to do. It's called creating a dominance hierarchy, right? So I've done it with club promoting, right? That's been my favorite thing, just throwing parties, throwing different events, because I love throwing parties. I'm insomniac as fuck, right? If I'm not out at the club, I'm up till 6 a.m. anyway, playing Fortnite or hanging with some chick or Tinder date or whatever, right? So I like doing the nightlife stuff, right? For me, I don't even drink. I haven't drank in 6 years, right? But I love doing the nightlife stuff because it's fun, you get to network, it's high energy, right? All the stuff that are very complementary to my personality. So I want you guys to all think about what are some things you can do in your own life that you can actually create some sort of setup and lifestyle and offer value to each other and the world, right? And these things are great because you can make money off it. Dude, I make an extra 6 figures a year just doing parties and stuff. It's pretty simple. I don't even think about it. It's very, very simple for me to do that. And I don't even give a fuck. I want to get out of it because I think it's a waste of time, to be honest. I'm getting older too. I'll be 29 this year. I want to transition out of that. So we have a lot to share with you guys today. So I'll give you guys a little bit of background of who I am, okay? Because does anyone here not know who I am? Oh, that's cool. So everyone knows who I am. So I'm a dating coach, nightlife host. We pretty much run the top nightclub promoter company in the city. Like even with the nightlife industry dying down, right? We're still bringing out fuck tons of chicks every weekend. Last summer, we were bringing out 200, 300 girls a weekend. Friday, Saturday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's pretty cool, right? Like Monday, we're doing a yacht party. So on Thursday, me and Michael were running around doing cold approach. We ditched the club and the table stuff we had set up, and we just did cold approach. We went to like 6 different venues. We're just running around. And like, imagine, it's crazy because like, I was doing cold approach 10 years ago at the same fucking clubs. The difference is like now I'm like an influencer, millionaire. I've got yacht access, I've got the penthouse. It's fucking awesome. I literally feel like I'm taking candy from a baby. Like it's just so, I was telling Michael, I'm like, dude, I feel this is immoral. I feel like I'm cheating. I almost feel like doing cold approach is like cheating because it's too fucking easy. It's almost like, I feel like I'm doing something immoral and wrong because it's too easy with everything I have and all the acts I have and like the character I've developed and the game I have, but it's pretty insane because like even do cold approach, dude, we're still getting results. To the point where if I do cold approach, dude, well, like it almost comes off unrelatable. Girls will be like overwhelmed with meeting me, and I think it's pretty awesome to be able to do cold approach at that level. But you don't even need to be at that level to do cold approach. The beauty of cold approach is you can actually leave your friends, family, work, whatever kind of default lifestyle or day-to-day you have, the matrix that you live in. The beauty of cold approach, it's the first escape of the matrix. Because it doesn't matter what religion you come from, it doesn't matter what kind of default community you have, it doesn't matter what your default lifestyle is. You can escape that social matrix that you're stuck in, and you see a hot girl walking in the street, and you can just walk up to her and start a brand new relationship. I was in Mexico City in 2020. I met this chick in the street, walked up to her in the middle of the day, started chatting with her. Next thing you know, she's my girlfriend. Next thing you know, she moved into like the penthouse I was living in Mexico City. I'm thinking, this is fucking crazy. Like this girl was a stranger. Next thing you know, we're traveling the world together. And it turns out, I didn't realize until like a month after dating her, she was a famous actress, right? She was on a famous show called La Rosa de Guadalupe. It's a very popular Latin TV show. She's a TikToker, she has a few 100,000 followers. I'm just thinking, like, how crazy is that? That you can just cold approach a random girl. Back then, dude, I didn't have like the level of clout I have, right? And even if I like had like a lot of YouTube followers, it's like 97% male audience. If girls even looked at that, they would be upset. They'd see like thumbnails of me making out chicks or like crazy like sexual like content. They're like, what the fuck is this? You're a fucking piece of shit, right? So if anything, I was fighting an uphill battle. I always tell like, Michael, I'm like, Michael, man, if I just deleted all my like fuckboy content and I just post like wholesome, like shit, like me doing charity, or me like holding puppies and stuff, dude, I would be tearing it up.